long or short position. So essentially all I really took was using our normal basis is the swing high here and swing low here. Right now currently looking at the higher time frame. It's very choppy, very messy. But here we came for this bottom, but my main overall range that I want to see it clear is either this high here or this bottom right here. And using my normal method, 50%, if we draw one right here, we are more bullish as it is currently above this 50% zone. So going back onto the lower time frame, I found this range here. This is all we really need to trade for right now. We don't need to worry about what it's on the outside. So this right here is going to be a key support level for either longs or shorts, above it, long, below short. And this also coincides with our 50% level that we drew from this high and this low. So essentially all of these different little boxes here, they are the minor swing high, swing lows, and you can use these for continuation. Same with these levels, continuation levels here. And right here we did have a bullish fair value gap, so that's another confirmation I had for that long position. But I didn't get enough clarity until it came above this level right here, which is that like support level that I was talking about just earlier. So when you're looking for continuation, you want to see a strong break to the upside. If it's a weak break like this and just wicked as a close, just no good sign for continuation. You're looking for a clear break like this, a buy side candle going to the upside. But here on this swing too, this is another 50% level that you could be using. So while it's in this zone, you can expect a lot of sellers to come in at the same time. So that's why we're here to be wary. If we're using a swing to the downside, these more 50% are more going to be towards sellers. If it's a 50% to the buy side, that's why I'm thinking buyers. So here we have a swing high, swing low for a buy side 50%, swing high, swing low to a seller 50%. So right here, this was really just our main first TP just for this level right here. And you can just bring it up a little bit, but it would have been a really scary zone. And if you're looking at previous levels too, here we have a previous support. So that was my kind of breakdown for the long, as we are above the 50, so I want to target this range high. But if we're below it, I want to target this range low. So a very key thing to look for when you're breaking out this 50% is what did we sweep first. If we're already sweeping the downside and we're above the 58%, it is more probable that it's going to come for the high. Same thing vice versa. If it's taking out the high already and you're in the 50, you're looking for it to take out the low. So you just play the zone however much you'd like. But it's always very important to look at your other stuff too, like previous support and resistance levels, your liquidity, everything like that, your imbalance, your order blocks. So one cool thing about these 50% zones is they actually act as order blocks for value gaps or whatever. So that's a really cool thing to keep in mind. Always make sure you're keeping in mind your hourly chart, because your hourly chart is more of a general direction. So right now, I'm still looking to either take out this higher low before I look at any other movements to the other sides. One thing I want to break down and reiterate on is that when you have a breakout, but it is a very weak breakout, such as these kinds of candles right here, don't expect continuation because you want a nice strong breakout. A good example of that is right here too, this fair value gap right here. After that rejection of it, we had a nice clean, very weak sell side candle right here, so that's a good sign for a move to the upside. Remember, here we got a break and retest, so it broke out, retested it, came back up. Here, not valid because it broke out, but it didn't retest it and come back out. So right now we're just playing the zone as is. While it's inside of here, you can look for internal levels, but I don't recommend it because this zone is more of a chop zone. So you would just want to look for it to clear these zones before taking an entry. But as of right now, like I was saying earlier, I'm looking for it to take out this high or take out this low, depending on this 50% level. So whatever it openly breaks out of, whatever direction it is, just play that. And remember, the breakout has to be a nice strong breakout. We have to have, like we swept up already, and we have to have the volume coming on that breakout candle. So for me, I would personally like to see a nice solid candle out, open candle with the opposite side coming back and rejecting the zone and then continuing. That would be my entry. So essentially it would look more like this. if I were to draw it out. So it'd break out, come back, and then come and take the levels. Same thing with this side. Break out, come back on the next candle open, and then take the next levels. So anything like that is what I'd be looking for my entries. On the first initial breakout though, you can look for it to take out the next level that we would be setting, which would be this support right here and this support right here. So for your first breakout, you can expect something like that. It is more riskier, so I just recommend looking for either the breakout, take your profit here, or just look for the retest. One thing I want to go over again too is that while it's inside these zones, just be careful. I recommend a no trade type of area. But if you do see a